Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Civil Stuff by Wahid. Today we'll try to discuss regarding the specifications for fillet welds. Before going to the topic, if you are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe. And coming to the specifications for welded joints, especially fillet welded joints, okay? They will be having 7. We'll see one over the other, that is size of the fillet weld. Under that you will be having 2 categories. What is the minimum, maximum? This is very important as ESET point of view. And next, effective throat thickness, end returns, minimum overlap length, effective length, intermittent welds, and design strength of fillet welds. And in generally, suppose a nominal size of the weld generally should not be less than minimum weld leg size. So this is a weld leg size, so that should be the minimum in general conditions. And suppose for deep penetrations, any deep penetrations means larger larger thickness members are there. For that, the size of the fillet should be minimum size leg plus 2.4 mm. Okay. And we'll see now minimum size of the fillet weld as per IS 800 2007, table number 21, page number 77. Okay, please do watch your IS 800 2007, even though if I am giving here the values, because I may be sometimes get wrong. Okay, and based upon the tabular column, okay, they have giving the minimum size. Keep in mind the minimum sizes. This is the minimum size, okay, and this is the thickness of thicker part or plate, right? And suppose if a plate is having 10 mm, less than or equals to 10 mm size plate or flat, the minimum size is 3 mm. Okay, and 10 to 20 mm 5, 20 to 32 6, and 32 to 50 8. Suppose for example, if your size of the weld has been come across greater than the thinner plate thickness, if you are joining two members, okay, whose members, one is for example, if I take, see, I am going to join two members. This is thinner and this is thicker. If the size of the weld is greater than this one, if you are going to join here in this part, then in those situations the minimum thickness of weld should be equal to the thickness of the member. Ante enti, suppose if this is the say T is a TMM, let us say 12 mm, okay, and your size of the weld is also you got as S as greater than 13. So what is the size of the minimum size of the weld you are supposed to keep is 12 mm. For example, I am saying, I am not clear about that one, but here you can take like that. Okay, next, maximum size of weld. This is as per page number 77 to 78. Suppose if I am two members, flat members, I am going to connect. One flat member connecting to other connect means flat members means like this. This is square edge, right? If I am going to connect a square edge, the maximum size of the weld of a thickness is equal to thickness of thinner plate minus 1.5 mm. Okay, for example, if it is 16 mm, if it is 12 mm. Now what is the maximum means what? 10.5 is the maximum. And what is the minimum? What is the minimum? 5 mm. How? From table number 12 of IS 800 2007. Okay, 2007, page number 77, you will be coming across. Keep in mind those values. 3, 5, 6, 8, like that you will be having. Next, for rounded edge, where you can see this rounded edge means if a gusset plate is there, to this gusset plate I am going to connect a what? angle section. This angle section, toe, rounded toe will be there, right? In those situations, the maximum size of the weld should not be greater than 3/4 thickness of the section at toe. Means generally, suppose 90 by 60 by 8 mm. Okay, so 3/4 into 8, 4 ones are 4 twos. Okay, so 6 mm is the maximum size of the weld for a rounded edge you are supposed to keep. This is regarding the what? Maximum size of weld. And coming to the effective throat thickness. Now what is this throat thickness means? If I am welding here, this part is nothing but throat thickness. If I draw here, it will be clear. Okay, now here if I consider this length, this will be minimum. I'm sorry, this part is nothing but called as a throat thickness. No, not this part, up to here only. Up to here I should consider, that is called as what? Throat thickness. Okay, that throat thickness T, I can say the perpendicular distance from the root to the line joining two toes of a weld. This is one toe, this is one toe. Line joining two toes, from there to perpendicular distance to the root of the weld is nothing but called a throat thickness. The effective throat thickness is denoted by T, which is equals to K into S, where S you all know it is a size of the weld and K is nothing but a constant. It depends upon the angle of weld you have done. This is you can go for 90 degrees, you can go for like this. Some angle will be changing. Based upon that one, you will be having values. If time permits, you remember these values. If not, in general, for theta equals to 90 degrees of values, you will be taking K as 0.7. Okay, and that is sin 45.714, like that you will be getting. So here K value is 0.7 for 60 to 90 degrees. So it is changing how much? Of 0.55, 0.055 up to here. You may remember these values also. And coming to end returns. What do you mean by end returns? See, suppose if I am going for a, what is this type of weld? Parallel fillet. Parallel fillet weld means parallel to the force of axis of the force. So you should not end at this corner, you should continuously return continuously at the corner. Now these are nothing but called as a end returns. These end returns should not be less than 2 times of S. Should not be less than 2 times of S. Means minimum extension should be how much? 2 times the size of the weld. Suppose the size of the weld you have gone is some 6 mm. Means here up to 12 mm. 2 into 6 is 12 mm you are supposed to go. Next, a minimum overlap length. Okay, so I am placing one member over the other member. This is overlap, and this distance is nothing but a overlap distance. Okay, now you may having, suppose this is a 16 mm plate, this is a 12 mm plate. Now T is what? Thickness of thinner plate. Overlap length should not be less than 4 times of T or 40 mm, whichever is more. 4 times of what? T. T is nothing but thickness of thinner plate. So what? 4 into 12 is 48 or 40 mm, means 48. This overlap should not be less than 48. It should be more than 48. Like that you have to calculate the minimum overlap. So these specifications are very much important. One question definitely from your what? Welded connections. And coming to the effective length. Generally, if this is a member, I am going to connect this member. Okay, so you consider here up to here only, and this is the actual length of the width I am going to connect, actual length. But this should not be done up to here. Even though if you are doing welding up to here, you have to consider the effective length only, because at the corners we are not able to do the welding perfect, which is not to taken in the consideration. I think you got my point. If a member is there, I am going to connect this member. Okay, like this or like this, for example. So even though the width of this member say 250 mm, okay, 250 mm member, I should not take this as 250. I should take L minus 2 times of S. Why? That is the effective length, because at the corners I may not be perfectly doing the thing. For that reasons you are supposed to take the effective length as actual length minus 2 times of S, and this value what you are getting here should be always greater than or equals to 4 times of S or 40 mm, whichever is higher. Definitely it will be getting, suppose for example if you are getting 6 mm and actual length is 250, so 250 minus 2 into 6 means you will be getting how much? Around 238, right? 2 into 6 is 12, 238, and 4 into 6 are 24 or 40, so 238 greater than 40, so it is okay, right? Like that the effective length can be known. Next, what do you mean by intermittent weld? Just like intermittent what you call fasting. So here a member connected over the one more member just by having stitching type alternate, it may be a parallel or it may be a staggered, okay. So because without running the weld continuously, giving some gaps is nothing but called as a intermittent weld. So and the length of should not be less than 4 times the size of the weld or 40 mm, whichever is more, means this one, okay. Suppose same 24 40 means this length should be 40. Again this spacing, this is clear spacing, it depends upon the member you are going to use. For example, if I am using this member for a compression, 12 times of T or 20 mm, whichever is less, and if I am using this for a tension, 16 times of T or 200 mm, whichever is less for tension member. Like that you will be designing the intermittent weld. And coming to the design strength of fillet weld, generally what? Strength equals to stress into area, okay. Strength equals to stress into area. This is what, okay, stress into area. This is area and this is the stress, okay. Now area means what? This is the effective length into T is means K into S, 0.7 into S, this is L, 0.7 into S into FWD. Now what is this FWD? Means what? Design stress, okay. FWD equals to FWN by gamma m naught. What is this FWN? Nominal shear strength. Now where you will be getting this nominal shear strength? Ultimate shear strength by √3. What is this ultimate means? Here smaller of ultimate strengths of weld and parent material, the member which you are going to calculate, that metal's strength versus the weld material. Weld metal means the member which you are going to connect, that strength, and the material which you are going to use, that strength. Based upon that one, smaller one should be considered, okay. That is Fu by √3. you will be getting nominal shear strength divided by some factor of safety. That is, if I am doing this welding in the shop itself, I will be taking 1.25, and if I am doing this in the site, it is 1.5, okay. So based upon that one, FWD equals to FWN by gamma m naught. So I will be getting what? Design stress. This stress multiplied with the area, I will be getting the design strength. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe, do like and share and comment for more updates. Thank you. All the best.